Hey guys. So, yeah, I wanted to come on here because the title pretty much says it best as I make sure the thing's recording, the battery's all full and everything. But yeah, the title says it best. Um, as of yesterday, I am Target no more. And no, it's not because I chose to leave on my own accord. No, it's more complicated than that. Now, look, like anybody that works in retail or any kind of job, we know that they have policies. We know that they have, certain standards you have to live up to. Excuse me, I was just drinking some coffee there. But like I said, they have standards that, they expect you to live up to. And believe me, from experience, I have done my best to live up to a lot of the standards presented to me, no matter where I've worked. I've tried my best to improve on them. I've tried my best to show that I can be responsible, stuff like that. But there's always going to be something that, you know, down the line pretty much is going to come back, well, I wouldn't say come back, but basically come out of nowhere and bite you. Pretty much, take all the progress you're making and literally throw it out the window. Whether whether it's your fault, it's you that's responsible for it happening, or it's something that just was out of your power and you didn't even know was happening when it happened. And as far as Target goes, basically, yesterday was a situation to when I got in, I was, getting myself ready to clock in, put my stuff in the locker and everything, get myself ready to clock in. And one of my team leaders, now former team leader for the time being, calls me and says, or calls me over to the little office in HR, and she calls me over there, and that's when she tells me they gotta let me go, and I'm surprisingly I'm okay. It's like, it kind of hurts a little bit, but surprisingly, it's like I'm very understanding. It's like, okay, okay, I get it. You know, I get it. It's policy. I've been given a couple of, warnings. I guess you could say not necessarily coachings, but warnings, write-ups, if you will. And ironically, I just got a 8 cents, increase on my $16 an hour check. So it's like, the timing couldn't be more, surprising in my opinion. But so, but much to my surprise, I was very calm and very understanding of it. You know, I mean, yeah, deep down it hurt and everything because here's another job pretty much out the window. But the difference between what happened here and what happened at Target, I'm not talking about Walmart, is that Walmart, that was my fault. There's no doubt. Now I know people at Walmart, and one of the people, if last I heard, is in human resource. I might be able to clear that up and probably get back there, hopefully. Target, on the other hand, uh, what happened here was not necessarily my fault. It was just something that, it's company policy. It's company policy. And because we were busy this week, because it was the last week of spring break for the Turlock School District and the surrounding school districts around there, because it's company policy, for what happened, they had to let me go. That was my third strike. Now, from what I can understand, from what I've looked online, Target might be the easiest one to get back into. I just got to give it time. A lot of people recommend giving it 90 days, maybe 120 days before you do anything. And if I can get back in there, hopefully, if it's not the same position, maybe it's on the floor, because I look at the fact that I'm more efficient on the floor, like I'm more understanding, I'm more less likely, if you will, less likely to get in trouble and stuff because I'm always on my feet, I'm always moving, if you will. So uh, to me, so to me, if I was to get back in there, there's more of a chance I'll be, on the floor more than being, at cashiering. Although I might get, called up to cashiering to help out every now and then, but that's when and if that situation ever comes around. I mean, one thing a lot of people are hoping around the, Patterson, Crow's Landing, and even here in Newman, is that we get a Target of our own. I mean, that's something a lot of fans have, not a lot, well, fans of it happening, yes, but a lot of folks around these areas have been hoping for. I mean, we got a Walmart in Patterson, you know, next the next logical step has got to be Target. I mean, we're getting a grocery outlet as well in Patterson off the freeway, right off the freeway and everything. So logically, the next step has to be Target because if they want to grow that area, Target is the more logical next step. But will it happen? Will it happen? That's up to the county and the city. But I think over time it's going to happen because we got a lot of people that need jobs. Not a lot of people want to take the bus or travel to Turlock or wherever to work at Target and everything, or Walmart and all that. They want to be close to home. So, so yeah, I got a feeling very soon we're going to get a Target out here. Just don't know when. It might be located in a situation to where it's like between, going from Patterson and Newman. I just got a feeling it's going to be more Crow's Landing based maybe because there's a lot of open space around there. Then it might be more based in those areas than anything. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. I mean, I guarantee you when Target came to Turlock, what was it, 13, 14 years ago, or however long it's been out there, I guarantee you nobody thought that was going to happen because they had Walmart. So they didn't think it was going to happen, and yet here you have Target showing up. Um, so, so to me, I think it's only a matter of time before we get one here. I mean, it's going to be, honestly, it's a decade now. It's been a decade since we've had this Walmart in Patterson, so I would not be surprised if the timing, is just around the corner that people want to get a Target, into the Patterson, Crow's Landing, Newman region. But again, going back to why I'm no longer with Target, again, it's kind of that three strikes you're out rule. And what happened the first couple of times is there were moments, if you will, to where, and a lot of us have experienced this. I'm not trying to say it's only me, but a lot of us have experienced this to where, and I've even seen it with my own eyes at Target and at Walmart and everything. People will come in and we are just dead tired. Either we don't get enough sleep, or if you're a student and you're going to class, you're pretty much dead on your feet anyway, almost because you've had to, I guess you could say, digest a lot of stuff mentally when it came to schoolwork. So, so basically you're tired already, and you pretty much can see it in their faces, just like with mine. So there have been several occasions where I've had this, happen to me at times, and I've been talked to about it and everything. I've kind of been written up a little bit. So I've basically been on that verge of two strikes and everything, but I didn't think it was going to come because of this. Because what happened on this situation was due to the fact that we were busy, and again, like I said earlier, it was due to the fact that it was the last week of school break, for the Turlock School District and the districts around there. So I just checked something there for the school districts around there. Basically what happened is we had a lot of customers coming in, and some were paying by card, some were paying by red card, some were paying by red card, MasterCard, if you will. But then all of a sudden, something happens. Something happens. What happens? I start seeing people coming in and paying with a lot of money. Now here's the thing. I'm used to people, both companies, used to people coming in and paying with a bunch of ones, a bunch of fives, a lot of quarters, you name it. I'm used to it. I am used to it to a T. However, there are times where people will use bigger money than that. They'll use hundreds at times. They'll use 50s. They'll use 20s. They'll use fives. And it's like, okay, fine. That's understandable if that's the only way you could pay. But apparently what happened, I'm assuming on Friday or Thursday, whenever this took place, apparently, um, basically what happened was whatever customer, and the team leader that talked to me that pretty much told me, hey, we got to let you go because it's company policy. We got to do this, pretty much. I'm not going to go into much detail as to, her asking me questions or, of this and that, but pretty much it was that. It was that reasoning. But basically what happened, she said she observed me. And she observed me taking the money, counting it, putting it on the scanner while I was counting it, and then apparently walking away to another area while the money was on the scanner, grabbing a gift card to give to a customer, and then coming back. Now, I don't really recall that happening, and if it did, why didn't they say anything to me on that day? Just curious. So, so what happened is basically, long story short, because of that, I had to be let go. Now, what she did, the silver lining, which Walmart never did, is she paid me out what I was owed for the rest of my duration there, my vacation pay and all that. She paid me out. Now, I don't know if I'm getting one last check from them this Friday. That's up. That's up to I guess them and me to find out for ourselves. But yeah, basically, as I check something here, guys. But yeah, basically, she had to just inform me, look, we got to let you go. You struck out. You struck out, and this is the reason why. The money was counterfeit. And from what I can tell, the only money they ever told us to check with our little bill scanners was the hundreds and the fifties, and that's it. Nothing else. They didn't inform me on the day we were hired, myself and two other girls, oh, you got to check the 20s. They never said that. It was only the hundreds and the 50s, and that was it. So, yeah, because of that, and apparently all that money was counterfeit, and because apparently I left the register to help a customer with a gift card or whatever, because we do have gift cards right here, right next to us, so I could have easily pulled it out there. Because of that, I was let go. I was let go, and now I basically have to rely on unemployment again, as well as what they paid out to me, and that's about it. Um, Now, here's the other thing too. I'm going to be putting more emphasis because of this. I'm going to be putting more emphasis on helping me at Venmo at Brian-Walmart-2, Cash App at BW Roses 98, subscribing to my podcast because yes, I'm going the subscription route right now until things get straightened out financially. And yeah, that's pretty much the direction I'm going to be heading in. And hopefully I'll get my YouTube monetized once more. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about this. Keep me in your prayers to try to get a new job around here close to home and maybe get back into Target or Walmart. But just I'll let you guys know, and I'll talk to y'all later. Take care.